So buyers have been focusing on larger homes. Now, this becomes really important. And today I have a few visuals to share, and I have some compelling stats, especially for Placer and El Dorado County. So this will be brief, just a couple minutes here. Dive in. This is Ryan with SacramentoAppraisalBlog.com. So first of all, my first point is that home size has been increasing for the past 20 years in the region, more or less. Okay, when you look at stats from 1998 through currently in 2020, you look at the average size in blue or the median size in red. Home sizes have clearly increased. But during the pandemic, we've seen something very specific. And here's what I mean. When we look at the average size in blue and median size in red from 2012 onward, there's been a definitive spike over the past 3 months, where I'd say June, July, and August 2020, the size of homes has increased dramatically. All right, so for the first time ever in the Sacramento region, for 2 months in a row, we've had the average home size be over 2,000 square feet when you consider all sales that month. And so it's been very significant. So what is going on? Well, buyers are clearly targeting larger homes in light of the pandemic. They want more space. Okay, buyers really value privacy right now. And so sellers, pay attention to that. If you have a larger home, it is probably more marketable right now. Okay, a lot of smaller homes are selling too. I'm not saying that those are not marketable. I'm just saying buyers favor more space as opposed to less space. But here's a way to explain this, and where I want to enter into some, I think, some very powerful stats. Here's a look at June through August. These were incredibly aggressive months in 2020 in the Sacramento region, particularly July and August. So when we look in the region, that would be Sac, Placer, Yolo, and El Dorado. In 2020, we actually had about 7% more sales, okay, more volume. Okay, but when you look at Sacramento County, you can see that it was more or less the same, okay, down, less than 1%. And so what is the X factor? Why do we have more volume? And trust me, this relates to home size. I'm going to be making a point, but we have more volume because of what's been happening in El Dorado and Placer County. In El Dorado, we had a difference of 31.5% this year compared to last year. And in Placer County, you saw that sales were up about 17%. And so overall, we have about 500 extra sales this year in these two counties, and that's made a huge difference for the overall volume. Now, here's a significant point as it relates to home size. When you consider El Dorado and Placer, the housing stock is much newer in age. There are a lot more newer homes compared to Sacramento County. Okay, on average, when I pull monthly stats, homes in both these counties are regularly 400 to 500 square feet larger in size. And so when you have 500 extra homes, than normal, than usual, well, that's going to show up in the size of homes in the stats. And so on one hand, the graph I showed you in here, it looks like, oh my gosh, buyers are targeting larger homes. And that's very true, but you know what the bigger truth is? Buyers are targeting larger homes in El Dorado County and in Placer County. These are local buyers, but we also have a very strong Bay Area influence. And so that is the deeper truth here that I want to communicate. If you work in these markets, know who the buyers are, who's coming and who's going. That's always the key. One last thing is that when we consider large price gains over the past few months, let's recognize that some of the gains are because larger homes have been sold. Okay, so that explains why price increases have been more aggressive than usual in part. Okay, this is me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to reach out if you have any insight, comment below. Thanks so much, guys.